The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of April 7, 2025 are here. Fans can expect Allan Laurent/Martin Laurent to strike back now that he's suspected. Sally Spectra could be in danger. Plus, the suspense and mystery surrounding Aristotle Dumas will just intensify. Keep reading and let's discuss what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Next week, Tracy seems poised to land in grave danger. Tracy suspects that Allan kidnapped Phyllis Summers and Sharon Newman. Even though Tracy loves Allan and wants to marry him, she can't shake the feeling that he's responsible for the double kidnapping. With Jack luring Allan back to Genoa City, Tracy might not be able to bite her tongue. If Tracy confronts Allan/Martin, she could end up being the next test subject. If Tracy or anyone else corners Martin, he could react with rage. Fans remember how Martin reacted when he was busted impersonating his twin brother in Paris. Martin and Allan both ended up out of the window that day, with one of them dead. Tracy thought for sure Allan survived, but it seems it was the evil twin who made it. Of course, Martin could already suspect that people are onto him. Allan acted like Jack's phone call was no big deal. Of course, he will come back to town. However, Martin might be doing something else instead of hopping on a plane. We can't forget that Ashley just happens to be in Paris, where Allan is right now. Could Allan/Martin target Ashley? The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of April 7 reveal that Sally could land in danger herself. Sally is fixated on Billy's mysterious deal with Dumas, as well as the partnership with Phyllis. Sally wants answers and worries Billy could be entangled in a big mess he will regret later on. Phyllis is worried about Billy's deal with Dumas as well. It would be nice to see the two women working together to help save Billy, but I don't see that happening right now. Fans will also see Summer Newman cause more problems for Kyle and Claire Grace Newman. While Kyle is totally smitten with Claire right now, could Summer end up winning him in the end? Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Pulse Canvas. It's me, Julie here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. The Young and the Restless scoop for Thursday, April 3 reveals Victor Newman will have his suspicions about Aristotle Dumas. Also coming up, Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, will be taken aback by Lauren Fenmore's Tracy E. Bregman request. Plus, Jack, Peter Bergman, will make an admission to Kyle, Michael Mueller, and Diane Jenkins. Susan Walters will be concerned about Tracy, Beth Maitland. Vi and R spoilers, Keys Lauren will ask Nikki to betray Victor's confidence. She'll say Victor has Michael Baldwin, Christian Leblance, working on a project that has him deeply troubled. She's sure it's something to do with Jebat. Nikki will say it all goes back to the night at the hotel when Jack saved her. So she wouldn't be surprised if Victor's enlisted Michael to bring this to their knees. He tries so hard to hold the moral high ground, Lauren will say. I'm worried that this time, my husband may not survive the fall. At the ranch, Michael will update Victor on what's going on at Jebot and the people they planted at Glissade. He'll say one of the execs they recruited is unhappy. Kyle has been asking a lot of questions, he'll add. So he wants more money. And if they deny it, he's going to tell us what he's been up to. Warn him, I don't respond to threats. Victor will tell Michael. Tell these people to get results, instead of tiptoeing around Kyle. So Michael will say he will deal with it. Then talk will turn to Aristotle Dumas. Michael will tell Victor that Nate Hastings is Damian Kane's half-brother, and Dumas also reached out to Billy. Victor will point out his company name is Arabesque, a French name. Just like Glissade, he'll add, and before this and the Newmans owned it, it was owned by Tucker McCall. Michael will ask if he's suggesting Tucker McCall and Aristotle Dumas are the same man and Victor won't be sure. But Michael will say they need to entertain the idea. Tucker Bacall is noted for going off the grid from time to time. He'll add, "What if he's come back?" Meanwhile, Tracy will call Jack and say she hasn't heard anything from Allan Laurent. "Jack, this is like living in a nightmare. It's real, and I have to do everything I can to cope with it." Tracy will tell him no one has seen Allan or heard from him. She'll worry she's scared him off. "If my suspicions are right, and I pray that I'm wrong," she'll add, "then I have to do everything in my power to make sure he doesn't hurt anyone else again, ever." Jack will ask Tracy to contact him immediately if Allan returns. "And for no reason are you to meet with him alone." Tracy will tell her brother she thought he was the one. "I thought he loved me." Kyle will spot his father and say he's having a problem with an employee. The questions he was asking was the exact same information Victor wanted me to find out when I was stealing the sunscreen from Jebot. So Kyle will suggest Victor is trying to get payback against Jack for what happened with Nikki. Jack will say if this guy has been working for Victor, they can use it to their advantage. Then Kyle will ask Jack what's going on with Tracy and Allan. He'll say he's been getting a weird vibe from him and from Tracy. "We may have a real problem with Tracy's fiancé," Jack will admit to Kyle. Finally, Diane will run into Tracy and she'll ask about her wedding plans. However, she'll seem subdued in her answers, and Diane will ask Tracy if she's got cold feet, but she'll say she's just picking up on her nerves and excitement. Diane won't believe her and she'll ask Tracy to tell her what's wrong. Then Tracy's phone will ring and it'll be Allan calling. Tracy will walk away from the table and Allan will say he sent her wildflowers. Tracy will ask when he's coming home and she'll tell him to hurry. "I can't wait to look into the eyes of the man I want to marry." She'll return to the table and Diane will ask her what's going on between her and the man she's about to marry. But will Tracy open up to Diane? The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that there are 5 April surprises brewing on the CBS soap. I and our fans will see some romantic twists, couple roadblocks, and more, so let's talk about all the highs and lows. 1. Kyle and Claire's significant choice. For starters, Kyle and Claire Newman will tackle a significant choice in their romance. Will that involve Kyle's move-in offer for Claire? Kyle already hinted about Claire bringing some of her stuff to the mansion once the renovations are finished. At some point, Kyle may ask Claire to officially live with him, so that could be a major milestone in their relationship. 2. Diane's mansion revamp unveiled. We mentioned the mansion renovations, which Diane Jenkins will ultimately unveil to Jack. Diane will show off the revamped house, so that could lead to some romantic moments. I and our fans can expect Diane to throw in some fun surprises for Jack, so they'll make time for their marriage despite all the latest family drama. 3. Victor's amazing gift. Next, Victor Newman will have an amazing gift for Nikki Newman. As if the Newman Ranch house replica wasn't enough, Victor will come up with another unexpected present for Nikki that's sure to blow her away. 4. Lily's new mystery. We should also talk about Lily Winters, since she'll face a new mystery. Someone will admire Lily from afar, and perhaps pass messages along to show their interest. Lily's secret suitor will pursue her, so it'll be interesting to see all the clues and her potential efforts to figure out who's behind them. 5. Michael and Lauren's tough challenge. Although Michael Baldwin and Lauren Fenmore Baldwin normally have a solid marriage, his loyalty to Victor will lead to bad news. Lauren and Michael have a tough challenge coming up as they try to juggle their romantic connection with his shady business tactics. Lauren has already been making some disturbing predictions about what's ahead for Michael, so she may be proven right. It looks like Michael may have to cross the line for Victor's sake, and that could cause quite a relationship blow-up. The Young and the Restless spoilers say fans will see these 5 surprises, and a whole lot more this April, so stick with us for updates on all excitement. The Young and the Restless recap for Thursday, April 3, reveals that Victor Newman will suspect Tucker McCall could be Aristotle Dumas, while Kyle and Jack work on a revenge plot. At Crimson Lights, Jack will speak with Tracy over the phone and warn her not to meet with Allan Laurent, aka Martin Laurent, alone if he makes it back home as planned. When Kyle shows up, he'll sense that Jack's unsettled, but Jack will get him talking about business instead. Kyle will admit there's a problem with an employee named Matheson, who is asking questions about a product launch outside his purview. Since Victor Newman had Kyle look into the same type of info when he was working for him, it'll raise red flags. Jack and Kyle will realize Victor could have multiple spies planted, so they'll decide to find out who they are and determine what their price is. Although this strategy won't be cheap, Jack will suggest that wiping the smug look off Victor's face will be money well spent. The goal will be to offer these planted execs more money and get them to turn the tables on Victor. Kyle will revisit his concerns about whatever personal issue is on Jack's mind, so Jack will admit the trouble involves Tracy's fiancé, though he won't go into any Allan aka Martin details. At the GCAC, Diane Jenkins will bump into Tracy and join her at a table. Tracy will seem on edge, especially when Diane quizzes her about the upcoming wedding. Although Tracy will try to play it off as nervous excitement, Y and R spoilers say Diane will sense that more is going on. After Allan finally calls Tracy back, she'll step away to answer her phone. Tracy will get emotional as Allan updates her on the delivery of wildflowers to her room, since he once called her his wildflower. Once Tracy chokes back the tears and urges Allan to hurry home, she'll rejoin Diane. Since Tracy will seem upset, Diane will wonder what's going on with the man she's about to marry. At the Jazz Lounge, Lauren Fenmore Baldwin will meet with Nikki Newman and ask her to betray Victor's confidence for Michael Baldwin's sake. Lauren will sense that Michael is feeling tense and conflicted about a project he's working on. When pressed, Michael admitted to Lauren this was about Jack and Shabbat, but he wouldn't divulge anything more. Nikki won't know much other than this goes back to Victor's grudge over Jack resorting to a pill relapse to save her from her alcoholism. Lauren will worry about Michael's eternal loyalty to Victor and the possibility that he won't survive the fall this time around. At the Newman Ranch, Michael will deliver bad news since one of the planted executives, presumably Matheson, is getting nervous and demanding more money. If he doesn't get it, he's threatening to blow the whistle on Victor's scheme. Victor will fume and make it clear that no one threatens him, so Michael will hope to handle this and get all the execs to deliver the results Victor wants. Talk will turn to Aristotle Dumas, so Michael will admit he's learned Damian Kane is Nate Hastings' half-brother. Michael will also reveal that Aristotle reached out to Billy, though he won't know why yet. Victor will sense that Aristotle is showing the cards he wants them to see, but he'll wonder what game he's playing. Victor will also pick up on the name similarity between Aristotle's corporation called Arabesque and Glissade, which used to belong to Tucker. He'll leave Victor considering the possibility that Tucker and Aristotle could be the same man. Michael will acknowledge that Billy is Ashley's brother and wonder if maybe Tucker's trying to win her back. Since Aristotle is interested in the Winters family and Audra Charles is dating Nate, Michael will see some other potential connections. Once Nikki comes home, Michael will evade her questions and make it clear that Victor needs someone to look out for him. Nikki will take her concerns to Victor next, but he'll downplay them. After Michael meets up with Lauren, she'll make some unsettling Victor predictions and push him not to cross the line. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Michael could get tangled up in more trouble than he bargained for, so stay tuned. It's where you want to be for sizzling Young and the Restless spoilers, updates and news, so make us your one-stop Y and R source. The Young and the Restless spoilers indicate that Lily Winter's mysterious admirer will be revealed, so this secret will bring a new chance at love. There will be a character who gets sneaky to pursue Lily, so things are about to get interesting. Lily's been single ever since her breakup with Daniel Romalotti Jr., but many fans are eager to see her get back in the dating game. Love stories are a huge part of soaps, so Lily deserves a new one that gives her an opportunity at happiness. Of course, Lily has been focusing on work and her family lately, so she hasn't had much time for a relationship. That's especially true since all this Aristotle Dumas and Damian Kane drama is keeping Lily busy. However, the situation could change as a mysterious admirer storyline kicks off for Lily. In fact, it may already be underway. I and our fans will recall that when Damian first came to Genoa City, Lily immediately caught his eye. Damian seemingly pursued Lily through all his flirting, persistent dinner requests, and the romantic pop quiz he gave her. It'd be weird if the show just dropped all that, so let's consider the options here. Once Damian gets past his anger over Lily's continued investigation, he might go for a more covert approach to win her over. Instead of being so brazen about his pursuit like he was before, Damian might try something a little more subtle and intriguing. Perhaps Damian could draw Lily in with a mystery and send her gifts along with some romantic riddles. On the other hand, it's possible Damian has never genuinely been romantically interested in Lily, at least not for himself. The man using this Aristotle Dumas alias may have given Damian orders to get close to Lily and pump her for info regarding her love life. Damian may have just been doing what his boss told him to do. There's been speculation that Kane Ashby might be the person running this whole Aristotle show. If that's the case, maybe Kane could be the mysterious admirer. Could Lily's ex-husband want her back and have an elaborate plan to make it happen? Kane might be plotting a reunion and making some positive predictions about another chapter with Lily. Naturally, we also have to consider the possibility that a brand new character will be the one who pursues Lily. Billy Flynn is joining Lie and R in a role that hasn't been revealed yet, so his character might be a mysterious Lily admirer option. No matter who's behind this romantic scheme, the Young and the Restless spoilers say Lily will get updates on some surprising news in the coming weeks. We'll have other thrilling Young and the Restless spoilers, news and updates to read up on, so make us your favorite hotspot. Most of us can attest to being somewhere when someone digs out an old family album to look back at various memories of the past. And when this happens, one can't help but talk about the throwback photos and compare them to what others look like today. Oh, look how little he was. Can you believe he's 20 and 6 feet tall now? Or, OMG, why did I ever think it was a good idea to wear my hair like that? Whatever the case, then and now photos are always fun, and the Young and the Restless Braden shared 2 awe-inspiring ones that one castmate found to be incredible. The first photo was a black and white of the CBS soap vet with his 3 brothers post-war Germany in 1946. And the next one was a beautiful shot of the guys almost over 75 years later. Braden's castmate, Laura Lee Bell, jumped into the comments and cheered, "This is incredible to see. Your smile says it all." As former Young and Restless star Doug Davidson simply stated, "Wow." Michelle Stafford applauded the actor with a series of emojis, as did the bold and the beautiful's Don Diamond. It certainly felt like an April Fool's joke on the April 1 episode of The Young and the Restless when Adam and Chelsea insisted to Sally and Billy how ecstatically happy they are in their new relationship. Their respective reactions have to mean something, don't they? Billy could barely keep from exploding when he browbeat Chelsea about what a horrible decision she'd made to reunite with Adam. At home, he was equally as bellicose with Sally, all but saying that any woman who ever loved Adam was a fool, and yes, that included his current girlfriend. If he is so happy with his life, both personally and professionally, these days, why does he seem to be in an endless rage? Chelsea stayed a bit calmer during her confrontation with Billy, while reminding him how deliriously happy she is with Adam. Has she mentioned that lately? But when talking to Adam, she still managed to sound pretty defensive while she was insisting that she and Adam were making the right choice this time around. They are so great together. They are so lucky. It's really going to work this time. It has to mean something that the only two people who actually seemed happy and relaxed were Adam and Sally. Not when they were with Chelsea and Billy, but when they were together. Sure, there were a couple of points of contention, but the bulk of their conversation was chill. They even smiled when they were together. Adam didn't smile with Chelsea. Sally tried to smile with Billy, but he called her out as being fake. You know when she smiled for real? With Adam? Yeah, that has to definitely mean something. My and our star Joshua Morrow was concerned when his son Crew wanted to follow in his footsteps. The young and the restless star Joshua Morrow is one proud dad. His son Crew has become an actor with a big role on The Bold and the Beautiful. Although Morrow is happy for Crew's success, like any parent, he had concerns about his son's career. Morrow has been playing the iconic and heroic Nick on Y&R for 30 years. Although he was fortunate to land a job he loves, he knows the industry is tough for other actors. So when his son Crew wanted to pursue an acting career, Morrow was worried. In an interview with Woman's World, the star recalled his reaction to his son's acting aspirations. "I was terrified," Morrow confessed. "My first words out of my mouth were, 'Are you an idiot? This job is not easy. It's just a bunch of people telling you no. It's awful.' But 2 weeks into this journey, he got a couple movies. They weren't big, but he was working." In August 2024, Crew got his big break when he was cast as Will on B&B, as Bill and Katie's teenage son. Crew is getting a lot of screen time. The young actor is already a hit with viewers and has proven he's inherited his dad's talent. As for whether Crew's last name had anything to do with his B&B gig, Morrow scoffs at the notion. "Maybe my name got him in the door, but they're never going to hire him just because I'm over here." Fans have pointed out many similarities between father and son, something Morrow also noticed. "Close your eyes and listen to his voice. It's the same. But frankly, he's so much better than I was. Man, he is just making such strong choices, and he's so confident." Tracy is back in action on The Young and the Restless, and this time, she's not just writing mysteries, she's living one. Her romance with Allan started off like a dream, but now the dream feels like it's shifting into a full-blown nightmare. Beth Maitland recently teased Tracy's emotional turmoil, and let's just say, this story is about to take a sharp turn. Tracy is finally letting herself feel again. But something about Allan doesn't sit right. His phone buzzed with a mystery message. It wasn't just the noise that startled her, it was her gut feeling. Maitland explained that Tracy hasn't felt this way in years. She said the romance with Allan fell from the sky. But now, Tracy wonders if it's all too perfect to be real. Whispers in Genoa City suggest something wild. Allan might not be Allan at all. Fans suspect he could be Martin, Allan's twin. That would explain his strange behavior. Beth Maitland hinted at twists to come. She noted how everything is beginning to click into place for Tracy. If true, this twin twist could rock her world once again. Tracy isn't new to solving puzzles. She's penned plenty of thrillers herself. Now, she's pulling a Nancy Drew move in real life. Something feels off, and she's following her instincts. Sharon's recent talk about her abduction opened Tracy's eyes. Suddenly, text messages she saw on Allan's phone started making sense. They weren't just odd, they were suspicious. Tracy didn't want to believe it, but Sharon unintentionally added fuel to her doubt. Details about Sharon's kidnapping strangely lined up with messages from Allan's phone. Now, Tracy knows she needs help. She's reaching out to her brother Jack for support. It's clear she's preparing for a painful confrontation with the man she's supposed to marry. Beth Maitland admitted this isn't going to be easy for her character. Fans hoping for a fairy tale ending may be disappointed. But this bumpy road means drama, and lots of it. Tracy deserves love. Still, Maitland believes the pain helps make Tracy more than just a side character. If she were happy, she'd be boring, Maitland joked. And we get it, drama keeps things. In upcoming episodes, expect Tracy to dive deeper. The mystery surrounding Allan will unfold fast. Secrets will surface, and Tracy may need to protect more than just her heart. Could Allan's true identity destroy her, or will Tracy prove once again she's smarter than most in Genoa City? Stay tuned as Y and R cranks up the suspense. For more sizzling updates from The Young and the Restless, keep checking Soap Opera Daily. Trust us, this is just the beginning. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Thursday, April 3, reveal that Michael Baldwin will face a risky job assignment, while Diane Jenkins deals with some horror. Meanwhile, Lauren Baldwin will also ask Nikki Newman to become a traitor. So here's what Y and R fans can expect. For starters, Victor Newman will trust Michael to tackle a new assignment, one that may require him to play a little dirty. Michael is no stranger to getting down in the mud for Victor's sake, so he may be willing to do whatever his boss asks. That should be what Lauren's worried about when she summons Nikki for a conversation about Victor's shady plans. Lauren tends to worry about Michael getting tangled up in more drama than he bargained for when it comes to Victor. At the Jazz Lounge, Lauren will ask for a huge favor. Although it'll mean betraying Victor, Lauren will hope Nikki's willing to come through for her as a friend. It sounds like Lauren will count on Nikki to intervene when it comes to Michael's latest orders, or at least find out more about them. Nikki will end up confronting Michael and digging for info later, so it appears she'll go along with Lauren's wishes. If Victor gets updates on Nikki's actions, he won't be happy about her going behind his back. However, Victor might downplay whatever he's up to and work to convince Nikki that there's no need to worry. Even so, Nikki will deal with growing concerns after Lauren warns her about Victor's agenda. This might involve Victor's Aristotle Dumas plot, but we can't forget about Victor's Jabat takedown scheme either, especially now that his spies are planted. Since both Lauren and Nikki consider Jack a friend, they'll both be motivated to look out for him as Victor goes after revenge. Diane will want to look out for Tracy as well once she gets news on all the Allan Laurent, aka Martin Laurent mayhem. It seems Tracy will come clean about the trap she's setting and leave Diane panicking over the threat to her safety. Despite Diane's predictions about the danger, Tracy may stick to her plan to gaze in Allan's eyes and try to pry some confessions out of him. That said, The Young and the Restless spoilers say Tracy will struggle with some fears of her own before the week's over, so stay tuned. We'll have other fantastic Young and the Restless spoilers, updates and news, so make us your top Y and R source. Victor lost everything after Lauren and Michael's betrayal. The Young and the Restless spoilers. In the upcoming drama, Victor Newman's world unravels as his long-standing manipulation takes a dangerous turn. Lauren Fenmore, always the strong-willed woman, finds herself in a fragile position, unable to watch as Victor's conspiracy threatens her family. With Michael Baldwin, her husband, pulled deeper into Victor's schemes, Lauren realizes that she must act fast to protect him from the fallout. As Michael becomes more entangled in Victor's plans, Lauren faces the devastating truth that her husband is in grave danger. Desperate to stop Victor, Lauren turns to an unexpected ally, Nikki Newman. Knowing that Nikki has been trapped in Victor's orbit for years, Lauren knows this is no easy request. However, the two women share a bond, and Lauren's plea for help becomes a turning point. In a tense dinner conversation, Lauren reveals the full extent of Victor's schemes, urging Nikki to help save Michael and herself. Nikki, however, faces a heart-wrenching decision. If she betrays Victor, she risks her marriage, but if she remains silent, Victor's cruelty will continue unchecked. The stakes couldn't be higher as Nikki's loyalty to Victor is tested. Will she betray her husband to protect her friends and loved ones, or will she remain silent, allowing Victor's tyranny to continue? As Lauren and Nikki plot against Victor, the tension builds, revealing not only the ruthless nature of Victor's control, but also the intricate dynamics of betrayal and survival. With family and careers on the line, this explosive storyline will leave fans on the edge of their seats, wondering if Nikki can truly turn against the man she once adored. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Amy's return to Genoa was meant to be a joyful homecoming, a celebration of renewed health, and a fresh start after receiving confirmation that her condition had stabilized. She had eagerly anticipated reuniting with loved ones and sharing the uplifting news. The familiar streets, the comforting architecture of the town, and the warm smiles of old friends all stirred memories of happier times. Yet nothing could have prepared her for the heartache that awaited her upon her arrival. Amy was greeted by a bustling scene at the community center where residents had gathered to welcome her back. The air was filled with laughter and chatter as she exchanged pleasantries and embraced familiar faces. However, as the evening progressed, an undercurrent of discord began to emerge amid the lively celebration. A heated argument broke out between two men, Damian and Nate. Their voices raised in anger and frustration sliced through the jovial atmosphere like a cold wind. Amy's heart sank as she watched the confrontation unfold. She had always believed that family should be a source of strength and unity, yet here was a painful display of discord. Nate's impassioned pleas for reconciliation clashed with Damian's stubborn retorts and evasive demeanor. It was clear to Amy that this was no ordinary dispute. There was a depth of tension and unspoken secrets simmering beneath the surface. The sight of the two brothers at odds left her deeply saddened, and she found herself questioning the stability of the familial bonds she had once taken for granted. In the quiet moments after the argument, Amy retreated to a secluded corner of the venue, her thoughts swirling with worry as she observed the remnants of the celebration and listened to the whispers of concerned onlookers. One gnawing question began to take root in her mind. Could it be that Damian was not truly the son she had believed him to be? The question was as shocking as it was unthinkable, a betrayal of the deepest kind. The Damian she had known, the one who had shared both her joys and sorrows, now seemed cloaked in a mystery that defied explanation. His secretive nature, his constant evasion when asked about his past, and his involvement in disputes that went beyond the simple squabbles of a troubled family, all these pointed toward a possibility that shook her to the core. Determined to unearth the truth, Amy resolved to find answers on her own. She knew that in matters of the hardened family, relying solely on hearsay was a risk she could not afford. There was one person in Genoa whom everyone trusted implicitly when it came to uncovering hidden truths. A woman named Alina, renowned for her meticulous work with DNA tests and her unwavering commitment to confidentiality. Alina had built a reputation as a guardian of secrets and a seeker of truth. Amy felt that if there was any hope of finding clarity, it lay with Alina. Late one night, under the cover of darkness, and with a resolve hardened by worry, Amy sought out Alina. The meeting was arranged in a quiet, discreet corner of Alina's modest office, a place that exuded both professionalism and a palpable sense of empathy. With a trembling hand, Amy explained her predicament, her voice laden with a mixture of fear and sorrow. "Alina, I need you to conduct a DNA test, one for me and one for Damian," she confessed, her eyes brimming with unshed tears. "I must know if he is truly my son, or if there is something else behind his mysterious behavior." Alina listened intently, her expression a blend of compassion and concern. She understood the gravity of Amy's request. The ramifications of such a revelation could shatter the fragile equilibrium of a family already riddled with strife. Nevertheless, Alina agreed to proceed with the tests, assuring Amy that every measure would be taken to ensure secrecy. The tests would be carried out without drawing unwanted attention, protecting Amy's privacy as well as that of her family. Days turned into an agonizing wait, each moment stretching out as Amy grappled with a storm of conflicting emotions. In the interim, life in Genoa continued to churn, with Damian and Nate's bitter dispute casting a long shadow over the community. Rumors began to spread like wildfire, whispers of betrayal, hidden agendas, and a sinister plot unfolding behind closed doors. The town, once united in celebration of Amy's recovery, now found itself divided by suspicion and mistrust. At long last, the day arrived when Elena contacted Amy with the results. With a heavy heart and a mind bracing for the worst, Amy met Elena in the same discreet location as before. Elena's demeanor was solemn as she laid out the findings, each word delivered with a measured gravity that underscored the seriousness of the revelation. The test results painted a startling picture. Damian's genetic makeup did not align with what Amy had long assumed. The evidence was irrefutable. There were discrepancies that suggested Damian was not, in fact, her biological son. The impact of the news was shattering. For years, Amy had clung to a narrative of unconditional love and familial unity, a story in which every twist and turn made sense, even if it was occasionally marred by disagreements and hidden pain. Now that narrative lay in ruins, its pieces like shards of glass across the floor of her heart. How could the man she had raised, the man she had loved as her own, harbor such a dark secret? What other truths had he concealed, and what were his true motives? As the weight of the revelations sank in, Amy's thoughts turned to Damian's behavior. His habitual secrecy, his reluctance to share personal details, and his involvement in questionable schemes now took on a new, more sinister hue. It became increasingly apparent that Damian had been deceiving her, not merely about his lineage, but perhaps about his very intentions. The notion that he might be plotting something, leveraging the trust she had placed in him to serve his own dark agenda, was a thought that chilled her to the bone. In the days that followed, Amy embarked on a solitary quest for further answers, no longer content to simply accept the results. She began to retrace the steps of the past, searching for clues in old photographs, faded letters, and whispered conversations long buried in the of Genoa's history. Each discovery only deepened the mystery, painting a portrait of a man whose life had been shrouded in layers of deception and hidden motives. Damian, once a source of pride and hope, now loomed as an enigma, an intricate puzzle that defied resolution. Amy's inner turmoil was compounded by the fact that her discovery had the potential to ignite further conflict within the family. The rift between Damian and Nate had already weakened the bonds that held them together, and the new information threatened to widen that divide irreparably. She agonized over whether to confront Damian directly, knowing that such an encounter could provoke him into taking drastic measures to conceal his secrets. Yet the need for truth outweighed her fear of further upheaval. Determined to confront the specter of betrayal head-on, Amy resolved that she would soon seek out Damian for a conversation that could redefine their relationship and, perhaps, in time, heal the deep wounds that had festered in silence. The ensuing confrontation was as tense as it was emotional. In a quiet corner of a deserted park, under the watchful gaze of ancient oak trees, Amy found Damian waiting. His expression was inscrutable, a mask of calm concealing a torrent of hidden emotions. As Amy approached, her voice trembled with a mixture of resolve and sorrow. "Damian, we need to talk," she began softly. The simple words carried the weight of a lifetime of unspoken questions. "I know the truth now, and I need you to tell me, who are you really? What have you been hiding?" For a long, agonizing moment, Damian said nothing. The silence stretched out between them, punctuated only by the rustling of leaves in the cool evening breeze. Finally, his eyes, dark and guarded, met hers. In that moment, Amy saw not only the reflection of her own pain, but also the unmistakable signs of a man burdened by secrets too heavy to bear. His voice, when it came, was low and measured, laced with regret and defiance. "There are things in this world that you were never meant to understand," he replied cryptically, refusing to offer any clear explanation. "Sometimes, the truth is too dangerous, too destructive for the ones we love." The conversation that ensued was fraught with accusations, painful memories, and the desperate longing for reconciliation. Amy pleaded for honesty, for the chance to rebuild the foundation of trust that had been so violently shattered. Damian, torn between a fierce loyalty to his own hidden agenda and a reluctant desire to protect the fragile remnants of their bond, wavered on the brink of confession. In the end, however, he chose silence, leaving Amy with more questions than answers and a heart that ached with the weight of unfulfilled expectations. As the confrontation drew to a close, Amy stood alone under the starry sky, grappling with the enormity of her discovery. The realization that the man she had once known might not be who he appeared to be was a bitter pill to swallow. Yet amid the pain and betrayal, there was a spark of determination, a resolve to uncover every hidden truth, no matter how painful it might be. Amy vowed that she would not allow the darkness of deception to define her life or the lives of those she loved. Instead, she would forge a new path, one built on the unyielding pursuit of truth, even if it meant walking a lonely road. In the weeks and months that followed, as Genoa slowly began to mend its fractured relationships, Amy continued her quest for answers. The community, once rocked by the turbulence of family discord, watched in silent awe as she navigated the treacherous terrain of secrets and lies. Each step forward was a testament to her strength and her unwavering belief that the truth, no matter how elusive, was worth the struggle. And though Damian remained an enigma, a man whose loyalty and intentions were now forever in question, Amy's resolve to protect her family and reclaim the narrative of her